Hello everyone, and welcome back to part 12. Part 12, the beginning of the end. It is the last case of this Ace Attorney Adventures game, I think. So yeah, I'm hoping for a solid conclusion, not a 100% conclusion, but like a solid conclusion. Because there are just so many questions I have that are unanswered right now, right? And the only way to answer them is to play the game. So, alright. Here we go. Last case. For this game, at least. The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was. But not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Okay. Our first 2 months in London passed in a flash. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So, life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. 15th of April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? Oh, they made the place nice. Oh, you can. Oh, look at the 2 tables. You can clearly see which one is Ryonsuke's and which one is Susato's, I think. Oh, they made it nice though. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. What did the telegram say? Susato-san? Yes! Is it time to leave for court already? I skipped 2 cases and you already have an office. No. Did you miss 2 cases? The 3rd case is the only one you missed, I think. But yeah, at the end of our last case, Sherlock Holmes swooped in and was like, "Hey, I have an attic. You want to rent it?" And I was like, "Oh boy, if the rent's cheap, sure thing." And so yeah, we have an office now, and it's quite nice. It's decent, at least. It's much less ramshackle than I thought it would be. McGilded case. Yeah, so you're only 1 case behind. It's not too bad. If you want a quick summary, basically the last case was I wouldn't say a throwaway case, but it wasn't tied to any of the greater conspiracies that we saw in what I assume we saw in all the other cases, you even know what I mean? It was like an open shut up. that was fun kind of case. No one even died. It wasn't even a murder. So like, you know, great fun all around. So yeah, this is a few months after that case, where we're currently trying to figure out why Susato is so strange. Off a telegram, which I'm hoping she'll tell me about. Is it time to leave for court already? Sweetheart, I don't think we have a court case. Pokey Dumpy says you missed all the Baroque flaming. There's plenty more of that, okay? If he's here in this case, I'm gonna flame him once again. That son of a bitch deserves it. Asshole. Oh, Sutasa. Okay, let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment. Am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. The fucking 10-year-old's making breakfast. So, shall we go down to Mrs. Holmes' suite? Suite? Yes! Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in the fighting fit form. Not sure what we're gonna do at court if we don't have a case. Susato, are you alright? Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. Susato, are you alright? I don't think we have a case. Do you want to talk about it? So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh! A telegram? I don't know what I don't know what you're talking about! Secret telegram. Sorry, but you're not gonna get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It's just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now. She tried and failed to convince me that it was nothing. Which means that it is certainly something. Oh no, is the reason why she's like, we have to go to court, we have to go to get a case. Because the telegram was like, the Japanese government being like, hey, are you learning anything? You're not learning anything? If you're not taking cases, you gotta come back. Oh god. Lenian says, well, I'm back to defend my man with all due diligence. Your man? Van Zwinks. Okay. You know what? Each to their own. I promised I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. Okay. A girl deserves her privacy, so we'll move on. Oh yeah, let's talk about Sasaki-san. I suppose Sasaki-san would have arrived back in Japan by now, wouldn't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean that he should have completed the voyage already, or just be a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. No dead people. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Sosaki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean, as regards Von Van Zykes, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. Oof. Okay, yeah, let's talk about the Reaper. What is it that they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on that very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yeah, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means... But the Curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the City of London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legends of the Reaper are to be believed, it would mean he wields this sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely, not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Wolfen Zykes hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. He came out of a 5-year retirement to fight me and me alone? I guess either Ryosuke is like super unlucky, or something else is happening here. Oh? Yes, since Soseki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial services again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials then? Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Curse. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Ryosuke was Baroque's tutorial case. Like I'm his tutorial, or he's my tutorial? Can we please get another person? One that doesn't incidentally kill like acquitted victims or something? Ah! Like, what's with the curse? Is it even real? Like, obviously it's not real. Like, curses aren't real. Ghosts aren't real. But then again, this is the universe with like spirit channeling. So ghosts are technically real. Huh. Are curses real? Are curses real? No. Are they? Okay, let's take a quick look at our lovely little abode. Oh, we have a tea ceremony set! So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me sipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it? Blasphemy! Ryosuke! How could you? Ryosuke, no! Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know? I don't like to see you screw up your face, sir. Aw, she's so nice. Why do we have a shovel here? That spade has been here since we started renting the place. Is it for the, not the oven, the stove? The heater? The stove heater thing? Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. Wait, like sugar and milk into green tea? Yeah, into matcha, right? Because that's what the tea ceremony is for. It's for matcha. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. I guess Ryosuke really wants to call a spade, huh? No, spades are for digging. This is for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. Okay. A lovely little stove. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of fire and the steam rising from the kettle. Would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm alright for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes for me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is paradise for a true tea lover. I wish I were you, Ryosuke, I wish I were you. Green tea is such a wonderful complement to British tea cakes, don't you think? I think so. Why is there a bucket in the corner there? That's not a chamber pot, is it? Ugh. We've only been in London for about 2 months. My desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy up once in a while! Sato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. Time spent tidying up is time we can't devote to the same cause. Ooh, that's a good excuse. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins. I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Maybe we'll just check out Sasato-san's lovely little desk, and then we can go downstairs for breakfast. Oh, this is the telegram. Oh, this must be the telegram. Let's see. No, we can't see. That's invading her privacy. Oh, no! You mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances. Alright, well. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can't be very mischievous at times. Put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. Sometimes in the relationship, I feel like Sasato-san is the older one. Is that an aquarium? We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and they're anemones too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? See, behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? I thought Japan had, like goldfish aquariums already by this time. I could be wrong. Okay, let's go. Oh, that's Sasato-san's room. My bad. Thought that was the exit. Do you know, I've never seen inside your room there, Sasato-san. Never even peeped inside. I should think so too! A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know? Whatever you say, young maiden. Yeah, let's not piss her off before she flips us. Let's go down to the main room. Holmes' suite. Morning, Rita! Morning, Susie! Good morning, Iris. Do you guys hear that? Who the fuck is playing the violin, like, shittily? Do we have a guest? Iris? What is it, Runa? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Yes. You noticed that, did you? How can we not notice? What, Sherlock? Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Oh my god. Are you okay? Hello? Hello? Mr. Holmes? Good morning. Good morning. A good morning to die, perhaps. Are you okay? Sir? Has something happened, Mr. Holmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. Okay. Damn this blanched existence! That's all, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if that's not too much trouble. Okay, I really want to make fun of him again for being a 34-year-old man relying on a 10-year-old, but he seems to be having a rough time. Are you okay? Did something happen? Kitty! Oh look! It's Wagahai! We gotta keep the kitty! Good morning, boy! That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there? Wagahai! Hi! Well then, everyone, it's time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. Once again, the kids are doing all the work. It would indeed be a fine day to die. Are you okay, dude? Ah, I knew something looked different. What's different? Oh, the big telescope thingy is missing from his desk. Something is missing from Mr. Holmes' desk. Did it get taken? Did some people come in and take it? Because you're irresponsible? Look at Mr. Holmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. Should not. But that's scarily plausible, actually. So it doesn't tell us what it is. What is it that we were missing? Are those bullet holes? Ah, yes. The letters V and R inscribed in the wall. In bullet holes! Okay. Isn't that the initials of the Queen or something? Victoria. It's so delightful to see you in the flesh, having read about in the stories. It was so inspiring. I fired 100 arrows in my... Susato? I fired 100 arrows into my own wall at home to make the characters for of Susato, you know? Super? But perhaps there are some things the great detective does that you don't need to copy? Alright. Should we talk to Iris? Is Holmes around here somewhere? Oh, her part of the room is so lovely. Okay, hey Iris. Let's talk about Wakahai. I think Holmes is a bad role model. Yeah. No joke. I know you idolize him so much, sweetheart, but... like, as a functional human being, I think there are better role models out there to follow. Like Iris, even. The 10-year-old. Wakahai. Yeah, we gotta keep the cat. Mr. Natsume's cat since that settled into his new home then. Oh yes! And I've become very attached to little Waggy. It would appear his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. Are you okay there, Sunshine? Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are as empty as the hearts of the muses. Did you wake up on the wrong side of the bed? Hi. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason! Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Kazuma! Well, I don't mind, because Waggy's adorable! Yeah, he really is. Oh, yes, what about the door? Cat door. I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where'd it come from? Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Rudo. Look at this! It's my latest invention. What is that? Is that a gun? Is that a gun? Iris, you're an incredible inventor, but why is everything you invent a gun? I call it the cat Flappomat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right, it can make a cat flap for a little fairy friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what's in it. No matter what it's made of? What does it do to a human, I wonder? Is that a square hole maker? Yeah, right? Is it just like a hole punch? But for any material? It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make... What? Why? What? You must make one for us in the door to our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Okay.
Where's Waggy? Wagga, hi.
Right. Wait, is it different if I... Oh yeah, it's different if I have a conversation. Are you okay, sweetheart? Do you want to talk about it? You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Holmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this filing sun like the dawn chorus, its Millicent's tone to make flowers bloom. It would? Oh my god, he looks so pathetic. Oh, this is kind of endearing, actually. But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Holmes?
For hours I bowed, for days even. Through the night I've endeavored, to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion. Okay, he seems fine. Oh my god, is this man alright? Yeah, you know what? I think he's fine.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Practice makes perfect. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll come back to you in time. You just need to shake off the rust. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man. The next, they unmercifully withdraw it. He's going through an artist block. Oh. Dear. Gah! Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what's left, for pity's sake? What's left? I mean, aren't you a great detective? Not a great violinist? Surely there's something else for you. Deduction perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Exactly! Wait, what? Wait, so your sorrow isn't even connected to the missing machine?
Then what's that about? Mr. Holmes, I don't like to pry, but... your desk looks rather empty today.
Well done, Mrs. Sato. Your observational skills do you credit.
Oh, hello, smile. Oh no, Mr. Holmes, they pale in significance when compared to yours.
Struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? Wow, even Sherlock is admitting his... Even Sherlock is admitting that his seductions suck. That's self-own. You know what? I don't want to kick a man when he's down, but maybe the violin was all he had going for him. Although in the novels, I remember Sherlock was also like... he was physically adept at something too. Boxing? Was it boxing? He did something to keep his like body sharp. Because it was like, mind and body, both have to be finessed. Both are instruments to be wielded. I'm Sherlock Holmes.
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? It's at the Windy Banks now.
Sorry? It's at a windy bank?
No, Windy Banks. The pawn brokery.
Oh, he's broke!
What?
You mean you pawned that with machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate.
Wait, did he pawn it because he hates the machine?
I would have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madame, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How could it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. You give a man your stuff, and they give you money for it? Oh! What's to understand exactly? Yeah, tell me how pawnbroking works then. What did you mean when you said we don't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Banks?
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned.
I had no idea!
This is a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London.
And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. But what if someone buys your jacket in the meantime? Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious! So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave our windy bank, see?
A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. But can't you buy stuff at... Like, they don't just hold it for you. Like, they're also a shop, aren't they? Oh, I guess it's just different. Okay. Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What does it matter? The world is dead to me now.
Maggie? Oh, what was that?
Wagahai?
Maggie! Maggie?
Dude, I swear to God, if any harm comes to the cat, I'm gonna set this place on fire. What was that?
Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up! Tangled up in your violin! He thinks it's just a toy!
No! What's he doing to it?
Oh dear, Mr. Holmes' precious violin!
Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I am now.
Mr. Holmes is really in poor spirits, isn't he?
Okay, I feel bad for him again.
Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. Was this in the background? The violin? It seems okay. I was gonna say it seems okay. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, the body is broken. You're gonna need a new violin. Ah, sucks, bro. So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I I see.
Doesn't really look like anything special to me.
I had happened upon it, covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings.
Holy shit!
That's pretty cheap. How honorable of you.
Until today, it's been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I've made.
I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music? To tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none.
Mr. Holmes?
What, dear madame, what? I thought I preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think?
Huh? What do you mean, Mrs. Sato?
Oh, Sissy's right! Yes, the tone of wood is completely different!
Like, from usual?
That's not all! I'm sure there was no crack here before!
Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? What?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Holmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all.
That instrument isn't a violin at all. Sherlock, did you not notice when you were playing it? Is it like a viola or something?
The what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
Oh, it was a viola. They're markedly bigger than violins. How did he not notice?
What? What? Oh, Mr. Holmes, are you alright?
You're right! You're quite right! This isn't my faithful Stravadius? So what? Pray? Is this piece of strinkled flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then?
Ah, I see what must have happened. Did you take it to the pawnbroker and get the fucking wrong item back and not notice for an entire week?
How is everyone's observation so poor that he's only realizing it now? Because the only person with eyes in this household is Iris and Susato. That's it. You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Well, after all that stuff about the pawnbrokery, where is she? Online? It has to do with the pawnbroker, right?
The mix-up.
What do you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at, there we go, was at Windy Banks until last week. At a pawnbroker's? Not Mrs. Hope's beloved musical partner.
There is a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel. What the fuck are you talking about? Always let a beloved child travel? Huh? Susato?
Yes, indeed.
So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth?
Oh, what a wonderful idea.
It's an item. Last week, I brought my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windybank mistakenly furnished me with a twardy fiddle instead. This twardy fiddle instead. Apparently a fiddle, a viola, and a violin are 3 different instruments. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber. They were. You thought you'd lost your musical touch. Exactly. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw, a fine state of affairs this is! Why I always say, Miss Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time.
But earlier you told us you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
Come, Miss Naruhodo, dilly-dally will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that bacon aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency in which we are faced? Sherlock, sweetheart, this is entirely your problem. Do not drag me into it.
Oh, Susato, sweetheart. We must visit Mr. Bundybake's bakery at once. Isn't that right, Mr. Holmes?
Precisely, Mrs. Sato. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you do not intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to fresh your eggs ever more obtusely? Alright, say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Runa. I'll be happy to hear it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker looks like. Okay, I got bullied into going. Wow. Rolling isn't depressed anymore. That was sure quick. Right? He just flipped immediately the moment he's like, oh, it wasn't me that was the problem. It was something else. He just instantly back to his normal self. A new location has been added.
Oh, we can go outside to Baker Street.
Oh, that's fun. But can we go straight to the pawnbrokery?
Oh, we can. We'll check the outside street later.
I can't believe the concluding case for this game is the case of a missing violin. I mean, I'm expecting to walk in and there's like a dead body on the ground. There's always dead bodies around, as I've learned. Windybank's pawnbrokery.
I love antique shopping. It's so fun. I think pawn shops and like secondhand shops are like the best places in the world to like go looking for things. This case is a sizable introduction before we get to the actual crime. Great! We get to play errand boy for our dear friend.
So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my, there's all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid my eyes on before.
That's Pinocchio in the corner. Ah, Susato-san, and the spark of wonder in your eyes. Can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this?
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
My dear fellows, let's not forget why we are here.
Oh, Mr. Holmes.
We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. Clearly, Mr. Holmes means business too, judging from the spark and fury in his eyes. Ah, Mr. Holmes, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yeah, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo, and it's time to inform Mr. Windybake about ire. Come! The fight is afoot! I mean, I feel like it's half your fault for just taking the viola and not checking, you know? But sure, let's just say it's his fault. Let's talk to him.
I love your bow. It's very nice.
Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Some days ago? It took you some days to realize? Yes? The second-rate fiddle was not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windybank. The color of wood is different. There's holes in it. It's not even the same size. Sherlock.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Holmes.
I'm so very sorry, sir. Did you sell the original? How utterly unforgivable for me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Eh? Eh? Put the gun down. You don't have to take your own life. Put the gun down. I don't think that'll be necessary. Do you? Sir, put the gun down. What the fuck is happening? If I may say one thing before I pop off. Yeah? It was you, sir, Mr. Holmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch a violin when I heard, here it is. You did? Oh my god, Sherlock. And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. And so I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, stop, my dear fellow, the fault is mine. At least he's self-aware enough to realize that it was his own fucking fault. Oh my god, this... Every single time, I think, hey, you know, this guy is actually not that bad. He's actually pretty relatable, pretty fun. I've been too hard on him. He pulls shit like this, where he digs he digs himself into his own problems and then makes it everyone else's issue. And I realized this goddamn man-child does not deserve my respect, does not deserve my love, is not deserving of his goddamn violin. Put the gun down, please, sir. You're making me nervous. Whew. It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windybank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Sherlock Holmes without that questionable disposition now, would you? I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I need to remind you of your peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past.
Oh? Peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am. For example, to the skull, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Sherlock Holmes or some such. Sasato's gonna want that so badly.
Oh my! A new fully fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I've yet to read, you mean?
Sir! God, you make me so nervous. Please put that gun down. Forgive me.
Wait, before you...
Oh my god. She doesn't even care if he shoots himself. Before you die, you must tell me more. She only cares about the book. Sir, let's put the gun down, please. I'm so nervous, please.
I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Sasato-san's really fired up now.
Is it really an unpublished story? Under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windybank. For a chest like that? 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Holmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Holmes, is that really true? Wait, since that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings. Securely. Of course, sir, of course. You're safe and sound with me, I assure you, on my life. Please, please, sir, please put the gun down. It's all very strange. Let's talk about your pawnbrokery, sir. I wonder if I could ask you something. A gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6pence for it. Not here to pawn the clothes off my back, but okay. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less! The colours are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say? Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. Why do I feel like as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I heard you said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. Then, if that time they repay the original sum to me, plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned. Ah, okay, so that's how it works.
But what happens if they don't pay you the money?
You get to sell it, I guess. And the items are offered for sale in my shop. As you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before 2 months has passed then?
That's right, Mom, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense for me is to end it all. Or you could compensate them with money. You know, you don't have to give up your life. The very idea, Mr. Windybank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually, says the man who's this morning, like less than 30 minutes ago, was saying that death would be a sweet embrace because the world had lost its meaning. Sherlock. Exactly! Rosky gets me! Says that man who's telling us it was all good day to die only this morning. And let us not forget that I've already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device. Did you or did Iris? Which Mr. Windybank has installed here in his shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. You guys have recording? In 1890s? That's not so, Mr. Windybank. What was that deep sigh about? The red-handed recorder? What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceiling. Eh? Ah! Red-handed recorder. Kind of like a traffic camera? I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example of what I can show you. Okay. Oh! So it is like a security cam. Ah, yes. A print from the camera set to record the activity at the shop counter.
Oh, there's a puppy on the table!
I developed a special type of film so sensitive, it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. How? Really, that's extraordinary.
Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look! Oh, there's a kitty cat on the counter too.
So you can see, were someone to enter the premise with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. If he happened to enter exactly when the camera was taking a photo. But you know, for every other minute of the 32 minutes, they wouldn't be caught. I don't think this is a great to like catch people, maybe to like take stock of what has changed in the shop. I don't know if it's good at catching people though.
But did you not say that photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madame.
Then what if the incident were to occur in between times?
One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. I beg your pardon, Mr. Windybank? Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. Are they expensive? Ah, they are. It's the cost of the film, sir. Your most gracious placed not 1 but 2 cameras in my shop after all, which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of film will break me before I'm much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. How right he is. Oh, heaven help us. How right he is too. Now then, Mr. Holmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Miss Ravati? Ah, the very thing! Thank you, Mr. Windybank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop, Because if anything were to happen on one of them, this would be the only answer. Sir, please. I think you really ought to stop waving that gum around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not! Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. You know how often it is that bullets like ricochet or like even punch through one person into another? Like I wouldn't rest assured that, you know, only a single bullet would be no harm. It's best not to wave the gun around. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you then, Mr. Windybank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Holmes.
So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last.
You know what? Sure. Let's see if we can pick up any fun bits and bobs. Let's see.
Oh, they have a thinker. Quite an assortment of things that are here on the shelves. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you can care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items, offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does it really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially, pop an item, the broker loans your money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale, at a price of his choosing. Oh, yes, now that you've explained it, I've noticed little price tags and everything. Of course. By simply paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn the black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit.
I want to buy these little plants. I cannot buy these little plants. Oh, this is a nice calendar thing.
This is not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th of April. Today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. A perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windybank. And who was it who walked out of here with the wrong violin before? The wrong instrument entirely? Well, when the agreed storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh, yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. Overly so, I might add. Trumpet.
What is that? A little lamp? What is this? What do you think this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have 2 little windows for looking through. Oh, is it one of those opticon thingies? Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you're looking at is a stereoscope. Fascinating! It's aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepiece and see for yourself. Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look. Just before you do, there's something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Alright then, I'm going to try it. Eh? Mr. Naruhodo, you must see! At once! Alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose? What are we looking at? Oh, like a 3D image! What's the... I don't believe it. Ah, it's 3D. This would have been much better on the original platform, which is a 3DS, where it would have actually been 3D. It's just like a photographic print, but it seems like you can reach out and touch it. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stores in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Pre-internet days, where there's nothing much to do. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? It's an optical illusion, sweetheart. It's no magic, my dear madame. It's, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. It's okay, it's just an optical illusion. No magic. Can I buy any of these? Wait, what's this? What? Look at this! Whatever could this be used for? I have no idea. Is that a scale? There's a small catch just here, look! Eh? We're going to open it, aren't we? Oh, does it extend up? Eh? Oh my, that's amazing! It's some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. Which we'll never manage to put back in the way it was before. What are you two doing? Trying to figure this thing out. Us? Nothing? No, nothing at all? Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through, though. What is that? Though I've seen something similar to this elsewhere. Yeah, we were just looking at it. It's similar to this thing. Oh, is it like a piece of camera equipment or something? Okay. Oh, the hats, clothes. Let's look at the clocks then. Oh, is that a radio? Look at this! Look at this big, lovely, shiny Buxby! That, my dear madame, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country. Oh my! Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen for a while? What's new, pussycat? Whoa, what's new, pussycat? Whoa, Oh, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. Never heard anything like this before in my life. This particular specimen is of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There's a metal disc inside, in which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you'd care to imagine can be played. What's new, pussycat? Oh my goodness! What a simply delightful machine! Indeed, though the popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Science technology advances at such an overwhelming pace. Too true, my lady. What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, you know? My article's barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. You even had a proper butcher's at it. Gina? I need to see, young girl. Gina! Wait, do we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh, yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilda's trial 2 months ago. Lestrade, you're back, aren't you? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns a crust among the large crowds, revealing people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket. Welcome back. Are you trying to sell the things you've stolen? Gordon Bennett, you lot! Gordon Bennett? Oh, she stole the stolen gun. Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Eh? What? You remember me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Can pop that black weasel? Sorry. Coat, have ya? What is this about the black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher? Ugh, Mr. Holmes! So, have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Bundybank on your behalf. Pull the other one. I don't need no help with some stuck-up D. D? Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for ya. As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone. Okay, he respects women, I guess. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here. What's the thing he has in his hand? It's a kind of metal disc? Oh, it's one of the music player thingies, isn't it? And you, go on, leave me alone! Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Ice cold. Such-a-son can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Oh, we get to talk to her. Hey, Gina's back. I'm excited to see her back. I hope she's been well. Actually... we still have your... Yeah. Ah, they're pals now. Pop Bundybank. Pop, like the slang for pawn? Okay. Let's have a bit of a chin wag. Somehow, I didn't really think you were that sort of person to use a pawnbroker gun, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. Is that a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got on a dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written over your Chevy Chase? Your Chevy Chase? Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? Alright then, I'm just gonna come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how to answer that really. Yes? Suppose. Sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade? But not this time, right? I swear! That thing belongs to me! The disc that Mr. Bundybank is holding. Perhaps you should see what he has to say about all this. Do we have to click on him? Hello, sir. May I grab that disc from you? Milk and Mr. Windybank watching diligently over his shop. There are so many things I'm curious about.
I don't believe it's time for browsing, Mr. Naruhodo.
I don't click him? Oh no, I just didn't click him properly. Can you tell me about Miss Lestrade's disc?
Mr. Windybank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Ah, it's a music disc, you see? We'll use inside a music box. In a music box?
Huh. What? You don't even know what a music box is? East lot ain't too savvy, eh?
I know what a music box is. I just found out 10 minutes ago. I've just never seen one of these discs before. Small portions of the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. We simply insert the disc and set the machine going. Beautiful music plays.
So incredible! Tell us, what tune's on this disc?
Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music box, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for.
I see.
That's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. I'm already offering more than I should at a penny.
A pack of lies! You told me you did! You said it was, well...
Worth? Well?
He?
He who?
Never you mind! It just ain't right, that's all! This is worth good money, I know it is!
Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you?
Ugh!
What about June Lestrade? Is she a regular customer? She's been here before, of course. Little... Tatterdilmalion? I see. I brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add.
Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me!
So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. She's picking it up?
Ah, storage ticket, so... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article for me today, is that right?
Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff. What, needs storing? Right, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it, and we paid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her.
What was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybank.
The little scamp's wearing it, ma'am. That overcoat she redeemed. Well, because that is new.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
So, what about the disc then? How'd that come into all this? Was it in the pocket? The disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can't agree on a price. The new article to pawn. I'm confused. I thought you said Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It really is quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket, and the money owed to it, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it. That's right. Yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean?
What? Did you know it's rude stare, lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, ma'am. And she immediately tried to pawn it. Well, quite a high price as well. This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Give it up. Trying to pawn something like anyone else would.
Mr. Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me? It does really appear to be your size.
Me old man. It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Mr. Strahd?
Yeah, it's definitely rather suspicious. What's Gina up to? What? Eh? Out of my way, please. Whom? Whom? Who's this picture postcard English gentleman? Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. Are you the bad guy? Give me vibes.
What your problem, eh?
There's no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I have a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl. For the hiding you deserve. What the fuck? Is he suggesting he's gonna throw hands with Gina? Ma'am? Sir?
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. You think it's a gent? You should know how to wait in line.
Well, you are an imprudent little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket.
Huh? Who are you? How'd you know who I am?
The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
What do you mean from you?
Broker? Oh, is that his coat? This man is kind of fun, and sus as fuck. The results are in. This guy is fun, but also sus as fuck. Which is my thoughts exactly. He seems like a character. Yes, sir? I believe this filthy pocket thief has redeemed an article from you. No? Yes. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Oh my! Now that's a lie! What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say... Are you a JoJo character? Speedwagon, is that you? And any music box discs too.
No, you can't have it! You just can't! It's the old man's! Or it was, now it's mine!
Goodness, Miss Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yeah. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. You got a girl claiming that it's her old man's coat and she's trying to keep the music disc safe. And you got another guy claiming that she stole his coat redeem pocket and is trying to get the music disc back. I swear to God, if like the disc is gonna like play some like Lost Will and Testament or some bullshit and not music, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Mrs. Strahd, is this what the gentleman is saying?
What do you think? All lies, ain't it? Obviously. Swear my life, I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before.
Let's see right now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now?
No, I swear it. I swear to God.
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutterling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed, yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. Alright, Jojo. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. I mean, I don't know. I'm inclined to believe Gina, mainly because black doesn't seem to be your color. Come along now, Mr. Strahd. Give the good gentleman his coat back. going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police.
Oh!
Hold on.
Hold on! Why does everyone think it's me?
Gina, you're literally a renowned pickpocket. So you can't blame people for doubting you.
And just look at this Danny Cove. You think I'm the dodgy one?
No, she's right. I'm sorry, but no one's gonna believe you.
Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence I stole something there? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
What's the evidence then? Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman.
Of course! We need only to consult Mr. Windybank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place.
Yes, brilliant! I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh?
I never ask customers' names. It's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then how do you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? Oh, it's quite simple.
Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course. It's splapoofed. Bitch ass. Professor. Yes, that's right. All the evidence we need. The gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword? Interesting. I mean, did Gina know it? We didn't give her a chance to say it. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windybank. As I just explained, I never ask customer names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain... Sherlock. Sweetheart. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at Mr. Holmes just now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like a secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. The date of the deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, I then give the storage ticket to the customer. If someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
Wait, so you gave Gina the fucking code, so she knows the watchword.
And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir. Yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. 15th February, 2 months ago. Wait, 2 months ago? 2 months ago is when all the shit was going down. With McGilded and stuff, right? With the watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir.
But ow!
Really, it's beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Ugh.
Okay, Gina. I'll block the door, and you run. The fuck? What are those? The fuck is he wearing on his feet? Excuse me, but who are you? Speedwagon. One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first.
I asked first.
Bitch. I don't like him. Though clearly you're not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. What the fuck? its inhabitants live in some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. What the fuck are you talking about? This man is making me question reality. Yeah, like, I just saw what he just did, but what the fuck? I can't believe it. You might be thinking of somewhere else. Yeah, and what was that theatrical gesticulation about? What? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring of the name of another. Hi, my name's both of these. Yes, of course. Both of these nuts! Oh, yes, of course. I'm Yosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, really. This dude lives in his own world. Yeah. Hey, is he fucking one of those, what's it called again? Chibuni? You know? Like, one of those. main character syndrome people. The world is my oyster. I'm a rich English gentleman. I dance the good dance. No. What's with this guy?
My name is Sasato Mikotoba. I'm Miss Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Benedict Cumberbatch. My name is Benedict. Yes. Eggert Benedict. Eggs Benedict. You know, this is a better, or depending on your point of view, a worse joke name than both of these. Both of these nuts.
Eggert Benedict.
Eggert. Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks. But that name is suspicious. Benedict? Now to the matter at hand.
What?
My overcoat! Return it at once! To someone with the style to carry it off. Sir, you're wearing all white. The black would clash horribly.
Every move he makes,
Why did they just throw in a police reference? Every move you make, every breath you take, okay.
I can't stand watching him.
I'll be watching you. Oh, can't you see? The cup belongs to me. And every single day, there's a murder somewhere. Okay. So let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir. With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back. Because you know what? I said earlier that the black would clash, and like it kind of does, but like I guess if you took the hat off, it might work.
This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a dry diver, everyone thinks I'm a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker. Oh, but of course, sir. Here's a disc for you. Just this one. Oh, pardon, sir? I was expecting another. That is...
Slip of the tongue there, sir.
That I deposited another disc. Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now. So, Cuthling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, eh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. That disc is mine. Yes, get him! What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal!
I'll block the door. Run, Gina, run.
Oh, my, yes, there's blood on the disc.
It's because of the sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it? Oi, you take it.
Eh, me?
I hang on to it. They'll laugh me off again. So you keep all of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this so important to her? The music disc has been entered into court record. You there! The black livery. Hand that disc over to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying. Grown-ups are all liars.
What do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Can I just... Bye. See you later. Oh, I can! I can literally just leave? Well, problem solved. Problem solved. Now let's check this out. From the Gilded.
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck through the side of the disc. Look.
And scribbled. I scribbled where to? It looks like someone's name.
For McGilded.
McGilded? It couldn't be.
But it is, Miss Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget, for as long as I live.
But why? Why is his name on this? Okay, so the egg dude is absolutely lying. Shall we check out his blood, I guess? Look at these little bumps on the disc. They're just tiny. Yes,
the producers got pins and they plucked the teeth of the combs to make notes. And just on the edge, there is a small amount of blood.
Yeah, the blood of mysterious Mr. Egbert Benedict.
Then, when Miss Lestrade tried to grab this for him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems.
He was wearing gloves, wasn't he? Did you just nope out of a high-stakes confrontation? Yes. I told Gina I would hold the door while she ran so that he couldn't chase her, but she chose instead to give it to me. So instead, I let her hold the fort while I ran, you know? It's the only logical thing to do. Although I think I might have to go back. just for the sake of the game.
Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Just thinking about it hurts. It puts me off eating radish. Okay, dokie, nothing more here.
Oh, let's check out. So this is the shop we're in. Jewelers, pawnbrokers. Look at all the different things in the window of the shop.
Ah, it's the Winnie Banks, the pawnbrokery.
Looks much smarter than a pawnbrokers in Japan, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable personally.
It reminds me of tearfully parting with my favorite fountain pen. I felt so miserable.
What doesn't kill us makes us stronger, Miss Naruhodo.
Okay, cool.
And this is where we live, at 21B Baker Street.
Can we just, like, go back home? Hey Iris, what do you think about this? Is she here? I think I had to go back. I don't think the game's gonna let me leave. Okay. Fine, I'll go back. Do I talk? Or do I examine? Oh hey, yeah, you've been here the entire time! Mr. Holmes? What are you examining with such keen interest here? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. I was living the life. Sherlock? Sweetheart, are you okay? Sir, are you alright? So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. I wasn't gone that long. Sorry? After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows, cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of friendship. Is he sad that we left him to the side after he himself left? I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I prepared to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst I truly observed, gnawing at the only friend I have left, the 7% solution of caramel. Pray! Do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Miss Naruhodo? But how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know? Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. Sherlock, we left you alone for like 5 minutes. You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Holmes, I simply feel awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you solved the entire case once again? Oh no. My dear madame, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much could I pawn it for? You don't charge for your services then? Eh? How do you afford to live? It seems Mr. Holmes has another one of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows, it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lassard and the mysterious gentleman? What's the right thing to do here? We'll listen to it. And then we'll correct it if necessary, I think. Oh shit, should I talk to other people first before letting him do this though? Oh, well, Miss Lestrade. Oh, I missed that. It would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help. Straight away, not an hour later.
Harsh? Alright, Speedwagon. And who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Egbert Benedict. You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are 2 immovable conclusions I have drawn. Beg your pardon? The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbroker today is something you have not yet revealed. Oh. Oh. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with an intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict? What say you to my deductions? How? He's as white as a hard-boiled egg. Oh, Holmes is actually on fire today. Good on you, sir.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Holmes has made a flawless deduction.
For the first time, yeah.
Just who do you think you are, sir?
Ah, yes, as I hoped. This is precisely the pain expression I was looking for. Kind of. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Sherlock Holmes logic and reasoning spectacular. Down to deduction. The game is afoot. Alright, let's go. Mysterious man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured into this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had a redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Oh, what is that in your hand, sir? As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what's brought you into the shop in the first place. It's a staff recruitment flyer. Okay. A piece of paper in your hand is a staff help wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yes, even that the most unobservant would soon realize the man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there's an ulterior motive for your actions. Oh.
AG. AG? Not the same as AB. AEB. EBDB. EBDB Benedict?
The cane which you are unwittingly clutching your persons exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction.
It's a rot! I've had this cane for years.
Also, he noticed it too. The contradiction of what I speak, of course, is... Never mind. Never mind! I gave him too much credit. The contradiction of what I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. End of any working cane should be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. Okay.
And yes,
detailed analysis shows the wooden tip of the stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. Is it a mallet or something? You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? Well, is it a sword cane? Oh, I hope it's a sword cane. That'd be fun. And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitated the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Okay, it's not that. But the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. But of course, as I said, it's no walking cane. No, that's rod. It's a shovel. It's the broken hand of a shovel! What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, my conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here is to get a new shovel, to take employment at this establishment, or to excavate the ground beneath the premise. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. To tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. Every time I feel inclined to trust this man, I am disappointed. He truly is the best at like letting you down. It's the one thing you can count on him for. Is to like say something just so out of the left field, buck wild, that you're just like, what are you talking about? Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? Yeah, who knows? Sholmes' creativity knows no bounds. Truly, it knows no bounds. What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? Okay, everyone, let's make guesses. Pirate treasure? Dinosaur bones? Tomb? Some long forgotten treasure, I suppose? Save for such a fanciful theory. What possible reason would I have to do as you say? Oh, but there's ample reason. As you are only well too aware, Mr. Benedict. What are you looking at? Ah, and your furtive glances. More telling than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notes on the counter, to which your eyes were inevitably drawn. The letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. Oh, the water main? Yeah. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works. Beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs underneath the bank, the opposite side of the road. Rubber bank. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. And flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you... In summary, sir... you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by dint of underground tunnels. Can't tell if it's just like that, or if it's following the John Mulaney guideline of throwing them off their rhythm. Nope, I can say with certainty that if I were not there to correct him, he would just take it and run. Like, this is his conclusion. This is his reality. Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lucid scream. What did plunder? With what plunder did the thief hope to make up from the underground vault of the bank? Money? Are you quite serious? What, money? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago? Oh, I happen to know the answer. There's something missing. But naturally, the answer is no secret from you, is it, Mr. Benedict? No idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. Oh, yeah, it's the Crystal Tower thing? Because London is hosting a World Fair-esque thing. But that's not it, judging from his reaction. You see, this picture postcard tells us all we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you quite lost me. Currently, in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. The government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you've been contemplating. Grand larceny. The theft of which sits in the vault of the bank. The special reserve funds for the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police. Sherlock, no! Sweetheart, no! You can't just wildly throw out facts that are top secret pieces of information. That's... Oh, darling, please. You're killing me here. Oh, man. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. Sherlock. Sweetheart. Oh, no. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes's great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Mr. Holmes? Well, Miss Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective ranked with loneliness, would you not agree? Is it true what you said about the bank over the road, and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few of us know of its existence. It's one of the... This is causing me so much pain. Sherlock! It is one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence. Oh no, Gregson. Gregson, you should know better than to tell him anything. But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. Ah. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There could be one explanation for that. Clearly, it's because the man is a criminal. But what if he didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he's a criminal, as he said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now you reveal the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, Maybe Mr. Windybank will. He already has plenty of shovels here, after all. On my life, I assure you I'm not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. Have you learned that lesson, my darling? Has that clicked for you yet? One can never be sure that someone privy to secrets will disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you next time, Mr. Holmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo. An excellent idea. He's laughing as if he didn't just like single-handedly destroy Gregson's career. Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yep, let's listen to the great deduction again. See if we can massage it into shape. Alright, let's see where this is going. So it's obvious that he's trying to steal something from Gina. But I guess we'll have to find out why exactly. Well then, let's start from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes magnificent, logic and reasoning spectacular. Course correction. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. Alright. First of all, what business do you have in this pawnbroker today? Not the pickpocket? But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. Okay. But it's not the flyer. Something in the back of the flyer, maybe? So, by Mr. Holmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here to apply for a job so he could dig through the floor? Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vaults of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I don't think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. Question is, where? What did Mr. Benedict here? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Alright, I'm gonna rotate him like a rotisserie chicken. Ha! Scribble writing. Oh, is that Gina on the back? Oh, look at all that scribbled notes in the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. I like to think that at this moment of time, he's standing there, like, a hand held up, like, you know, protectively against his chest, and then, like, Inosuke just sneaks around the back and is, like, reading over his shoulder, like, Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Oh, she's very small. Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, rubbly white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness! There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher in his face for sure. I think it's rather cute. And look here! The details of the shop is written down as well. Windybank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th April. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of a piece of paper? Unless he wasn't the owner. Let's present that. Present that. Present that.
Take that!
Yes, what brought you to the shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket, Miss Lestrade, and to Mr. Windybank's pawnbrokery here. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here to Windybank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So, you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you have written down to arrive. And you have gone to some lengths to hide the reason of your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there's some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch in your person, exhibits an incontrovertible... Ah, there we go. See, I got my way through that word eventually. A contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years! Sherlock. Yeah, so we're gonna have to back up the cane. What's a ferrule? It's a metal cap commonly found at the end of a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. Ah, the bit that makes a nice clacking sound on the pavement? Yes, exactly. And Mr. Holmes is right, it appears it's missing on this cane. It doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Though the gentleman certainly does recoil when Mr. Holmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane and Mr. Benedict rather we don't know. Or should I say, Mr. Agert Genegert. I don't know what this stands for. Look here, Mrs. Sato. There's some letters on the handle. Ah, yes. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letters of their names. So, Sherlock Holmes would be SHS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously... Oh! A-G. Not E-B. E-B-D-B. Alright, let's just present this. Oh! We're having a bit of issue? No? Oh, no, we're fine. Why does it feel as though it's not quite right? Because it ain't right. Let me just quickly...
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak, of course, is the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Egbert Benedict? No, it's not Egbert, it's Eggert. Eggert. We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB, EBDB. Yet in the most possessive matter, you have your grasp on a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong! The cane isn't... You said before that you had the cane for years. So don't try to tell us you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, although you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. I mean, I guess you could say it's my grandfather's or something. You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, where's the truth behind the rod you bear? Yes, reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding the riddle, you see? Alright, so not the handle. Let's consider the bare bones of what happened here. Mr. Lestrade redeemed the fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we now know that he actually identified Mr. Lestrade from a written description, which suggests everything he told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. Okay. Splitsy? Is it because it's too small for him and he's like forcing it on? Oh, the seam on the shoulder is coming apart, look! So it is. Did you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. Now I think about it, it's probably the sound of the seam ripping open. It is too small for him! If you look closely, it does seem to be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched and bursting, and he wouldn't have hope of fastening it at the front. If he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. I like to see. That I like to see. What? Wait, what? Susato? If you were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I'd like to see. Susato?
So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around?
Susato? Do you want to see the clothes fall off this man? She's really giving this some thought. Oh my god, Susato's thirsty. Yeah, I don't know if that was like a thirsty thing or like a revenge thing.
Take that!
Let's just move on.
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see? Ugh. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the onset, were they? When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket? Ugh. This catalogue of untruths has all been for one specific purpose. To steal the article that the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windybank. Yeah, that sounds about right. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. To abscond with a redeemed item. Solved. So now the real true crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose details of this elaborate crime you've been planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed to a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage? Designed a wheeze to filch? Isn't that like London streets, like street slang? Like stuff that only pickpockets would use? Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner, using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit in the first place? How could I possibly have known the relevant details? Air French? Ne sais pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered! As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glances are more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let's consider how one might come to learn the secret watchword relating to the pawned property of another. The method is revealed by the counsel note on the counter, to which your eyes are inevitably drawn. The direction of his deduction must change rather drastically now, I think. Yeah, and we'll talk of tunneling under the sewers. Which is a pity, because it sounded rather exciting. Anyway, can't deny this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If he didn't know the word, Mr. Windybank would have never been allowed to redeem the article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know the word, Mr. Windybank would allow you to redeem the article, whether it's yours or not. So the question is, would this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? Did he listen in to her, or was it on the... Yeah, wrong way. Eh? Can I not? Okay. Eh? What am I looking at? Book's revolver. Notelet. Look at this, Mrs. Soto. It appears to be a memo that Mr. Windybank has scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh! Professor! Does he write down all the things? Mr. Windybank must make note of the watchword his customers give him right before their eyes. And in an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see? Okay, so it's that one then.
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notebook on the counter, to which your eyes are inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article.
He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response uttered on the notebook he has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that of the article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in the shop before your accusation against Miss Lestrade. In all likelihood, you followed her inside, and then observed her talking to Mr. Windybank. When the diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word Professor on the notelip beside the ledger.
Cheater! Cheater!
And that, sir, was the master plan he devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lucrative scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had a very good reason to make them yours, didn't you, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. This guy be stalking a 17-year-old, very creepy and sus. Ooh. Yeah, I've forgotten that Gina's actually a child. Yeah, oh god. Yeah, this guy's the worst. I hope he like, oh god, I hope he trips over and falls flat and dirties his stupid little hat. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. Oh, you see, the picture postcard. This is all we need to know. Okay. The article we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Windybank isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, to the Mr. McGilded thing.
Take that!
You see, this music box disc tells us all we need to know. What's that? On the back, it reads, "For McGilded." Ugh! R.I.P. Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prompt man in London, though his moan-mongering demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Or perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for the overcoat that you squeezed yourself into. Yeah. You truly identified a true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Egbert Benedict. The final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason he came to this pawnbrokery today was to steal. Was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Alright, we got him, boys. To acquire an item deposited by Mr. McGilded. Solved. Deduction complete. Elementary. I hope the money in the bank vault thing isn't gonna come back to bite us later. Well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. What a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Take the coat off, it ain't yours. Mr. Holmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Mr. Soto. Well, according to what Mr. Windybank told us earlier, today was the final date on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am, that's correct. Today would have been precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is 15th of April, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th of February, sir. That's right. It's carefully recorded my ledger. Posted at 10:30 p.m. I see. This wouldn't happen to be after he died, would it? No. What? But that suggests... Gross.
Yes, 15th February. It's precisely the day in which the omnibus murder took place.
Oh, no, afterwards.
At 10:30 in the evening. It's precisely the time which the terrible events were unfolding.
Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. So he had an alibi? You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However, take the coat off, bitch. Hey! Okay. Okay, okay. Interesting. Didn't expect a gun to be pulled at me. Oh, okay. I must insist you hand over the music book disc now. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What did I do? Oh shit! No! That's what. I misclicked. I misclicked. Shit. I was just trying to press next. I don't want to hand over the disc. I don't want to hand over the disc. Shit. I don't want to hand it over. Yeah, go and shoot me, bitch. See what happens. I hope Gina shoots him with the fucking smoke grenade.
Hold it!
Oh, he's got a gun too. Mr. Windybank? This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that were to happen, I should have to give my own life. Mr. Windybank, no! Alright, that's enough. Inspector Gregson! Inspector? That's right, Sunshine. Alarm was raised at one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Gina! We got here as fast as we could. Now what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be! You're here at last. Oh, so it wasn't Gina. This guy has an emergency line thing? I was moments away from affording my own life in my very own establishment. You didn't have to. That's right, try me, bitch. It would seem you have the upper hand. Oh, he did take the coat off. He's gonna fish and chips again. Right, you lot got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with a petty argy Bart. Sir? He had a fucking gun to my head. Do you really think this is petty? Yeah, exactly. Petty? Mr. Windybank very nearly met with his... Mr. Windy... Okay. No one cares about poor old Milski, I guess. Just a casual gun battle occurring first thing in the morning. You know, what's the morning like, you know, without the smell of gunpowder, you know? Just do like coffee, gunpowder, that's what you need. Oh, Gregson, sweetheart. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I can tell. Oh dear. The whole Britain could meet with its end, and I don't get the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. Oh. What happened? What? Yeah, what on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. Oh, I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Oh, Gregson, always spilling the beans, aren't you? Anyway, sir, gonna have to come with me down to the station. Nom nom. But of course, Inspector. Did he just spin kick Gregson's fish and chips? What the fuck is happening? He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Whistle the beat officer too! Sir? Oh no, he still has fish and chips, it's fine. There's been a spate of deaths at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Thank God for that. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried for a while. Very worried indeed. Wait, where'd Gina go then? Now then, Mr. Permanently in mourning. Oh. I guess I'm in black, yeah. I'll be taking whatever it is on Mr. McGilda's down to the yard, thank you very much. So hand it over? Oh, yeah, sure, of course.
No, don't give it to him. It's mine, that is. Mine.
I'm sorry, miss. Anything belongs to McGilda has to be taken in as evidence now. As evidence? The police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow. We have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. Oh, poor Gina. And so, we handed Mr. McGilda's disc over to the Inspector Gregson. And were similarly turfed out the shop and onto the street. To be continued. I guess this dude's magic is being able to spin away from his problems. What's with that guy? Wait, what's that sound? Okay, sorry. If I remember correctly, there's also another crazy character that we know and we haven't seen. It's Saseki's roommate. He was like, there's no way they introduced him just to have that one scene and have him not come back, right? Like, they're not the same person. They can't be the same person. Wait, I think I was also blonde. But no, they're not the same. Like, they can't be the same person, no. Are they? Oh, he comes back next game, not this case. Oh, thank God. Oh, that was going crazy for a second there. But yeah, oh God, what? That's so crazy. Like, what's with this game's crazy characters? You got a Shakespearean roommate. You got this modern dance fellow who literally freaking spin kicks a police officer and runs. And they let him get away. Like, what the hell? Exactly. Like, what the hell? What's going on? And like, I guess we're finally getting the threads to pull together what happened to Mr. McGilded from that first British case. And the revelation that he had a full-on alibi, apparently, for the time of his murder. I mean, not his murder, but the time where he was accused of murder. 10:30 p.m. Yeah, he should have been in the omnibus. So, like, what the fuck is going on there? Like, if he had an alibi, why didn't he use it? Like, was he actually innocent? See, I was mad at him because I was like, oh, he lied to us. That lie must mean that he was guilty of the murder. But what if that lie wasn't that he killed the guys in particular, but it was a lie just to hide something else? Oh, but yeah, we're finally getting to the conspiracy. Oh God. Okay. Well, that's it for today. We'll come back to the next part of this case on Wednesday. And I hope that it will be much more like targeted than this, because fun things happening in this case. Truly, like this entire I wouldn't say like arc, or should I say like trip? This trip to the pawnbrokery was fun, but like what the fuck is going on? I have no idea what's gonna happen next. Is anyone even going to die? Or is this just gonna be us like red yarning the entire Magnus McGilda case together, and there actually isn't like any further murders because the murder that we need to solve has already happened? Because we never solved the first murder. We have no idea who killed thrice fired Mason, if that even is his name. Like, okay. Okay, thank you everyone for coming to this stream. Thank you for keeping me company. And we will reconvene on Wednesday to dive further into this mystery. As always, thanks for coming. I hope you have a great evening, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!